In late 2001, a mysterious invention codenamed Ginger was terrifying the tech world. Before anyone had even seen it, Jeff Bezos said it was so revolutionary that it would change human civilization. Steve Jobs claimed it would be more important than the personal computer and that cities would literally be rebuilt just to accommodate it. Famous venture capitalists poured over $100 million into it, convinced they were holding the next internet. But when the curtain finally pulled back, the world didn't change. Instead, it witnessed one of the most embarrassing, expensive, and bizarre failures in the history of technology. This is the untold story of the Segway, and how the smartest minds in Silicon Valley fell for a brilliant lie. To understand the disaster, we have to meet its creator, Dean Kamen. He wasn't a scammer. In fact, he was a brilliant inventor who had already made millions developing breakthrough medical devices like a revolutionary mobile dialysis machine. But in the late 1990s, Kamen became obsessed with a new problem: urban congestion. He noticed that cars were a terrible way to move inside crowded cities. They were heavy, expensive, and harmful to the environment. So he spent years in absolute secrecy, engineering a solution. He invented a self-balancing, two-wheeled electric vehicle packed with high-tech gyroscopes. It could perfectly mimic human balance. To turn, you didn't press a button. You simply leaned forward. It was, from an engineering perspective, a masterpiece. But then the secrecy turned into a dangerous marketing machine. Rumors leaked that Silicon Valley's biggest elite had seen a prototype. The media went wild. People speculated it was a flying car, a teleportation device, or a revolutionary clean energy machine. The expectations weren't just high, they were impossible. On December 3, 2001, Dean Kamen finally revealed the device on national television. The public leaned in, expecting the future. And what did they see? A motorized scooter. A high-tech, expensive, slightly awkward scooter. The disappointment was instant. But the real problem wasn't just how it looked. It was the price tag. The Segway hit the market costing $5,000. In 2001, that was enough money to buy a decent used car. Dean Kamen confidently predicted they would be selling 10,000 units every week. He claimed his company would become the fastest in history to reach $1 billion in sales. Instead, in its first 2 years, the Segway sold fewer than 6,000 units total. Why did a device backed by Steve Jobs and Jeff Bezos fail so spectacularly? Because Silicon Valley forgot one simple thing: human psychology and basic regulation. Airlines and train stations banned them because they were too heavy and dangerous indoors. Cities banned them from sidewalks because they moved too fast and terrified pedestrians. But they couldn't go on the main roads either because they were too slow compared to cars. The Segway was a vehicle without a home. But the final nail in the coffin was its image. Silicon Valley built it to look futuristic and cool, but the only people who actually bought them were mall security guards, airport police, and tourists on guided city tours. The next big thing that was supposed to replace the automobile became a worldwide laughingstock. In 2009, the company was sold to a British millionaire named Jimmy Heselden. In a tragic and deeply ironic twist of fate, just 10 months after buying the company, Heselden was riding a rugged version of the Segway near his estate. He lost control and fell off a cliff into a river. He did not survive. By 2020, production of the original Segway was officially shut down forever. The story of the Segway is a powerful reminder that in the world of technology, Genius engineering means absolutely nothing if nobody actually wants to use it. Silicon Valley tried to force the world into a future it didn't ask for, and in the end, the only thing they moved was $100 million straight into the trash. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history's hidden archives, make sure to hit the subscribe button. See you in the next file.